Hello, everybody. Welcome to Diego Knows. I'm Diego, and today, once again, we're going to talk about Sex and the City, the original show from the late '90s, early 2000s, back when the show was good. My name's Diego, and I've seen every single episode of Sex and the City, so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. I did watch that and Just Like Crap TV show, and we finished it up, and I reviewed every episode, so you can look at those if you want. But now I'm talking about the original show, okay, back when the show was groundbreaking and new, okay. And what I try to do here is I give you a straight man's point of view. It's just my point of view, okay? But I did notice that when I was watching the show originally, a lot of my girlfriends were watching the show, but none of my guy friends were watching this show, okay? So I didn't really get any input from them, but the girls that I knew, we used to talk about this show all the time because I was the only straight guy they knew that was actually watching this show. I was actually invested in these characters, that I knew who these characters were and what was going on. And I would always try to put in my 2 cents. Like, what did I think about this person or that person? And for the most part, people were very receiving towards it. They accepted it. A lot of what I had to say, and it was because nobody else was saying it. Okay, the show was created the book was written by Candace Bushell. Darren Stahl bought the rights to it. He turned it into a TV show. He handed it over to Michael Patrick King, who became the showrunner and head writer for the show. He hired all the writers. We're all like lesbians, feminists, and gay guys. Okay, and then they gave a producer credit to Sarah Jessica Parker, the star of the show. So basically, nowhere in this equation were there any straight guys involved, okay? Nowhere in the show, okay? Now, the subject of the show was 4 straight women dating straight guys, obviously, right? But yet, we weren't being represented. The straight guys were not being represented on the show. So I don't think anyone on the show really understood what straight guys were like. I think they had ideas of what straight guys were like because they'd seen movies and TV shows and stuff, So they had an idea of what a straight guy was, and I think they just wrote down what they thought a straight guy would do and how he would act and what he would say, okay? But I don't think they really understood what straight guys would do. And because, it's a dramedy, there's got to be some comedy in there, which means that there's got to be people that act stupid, or do stupid things. I think the straight guy ended up being the butt of every joke, okay? It ended up being the straight guy was the guy that screwed everything up, that said something stupid, that looked stupid, that acted stupid, that overreacted to stuff. It was always, the straight guy that was the butt of all the jokes, most of the time. Most of the time. So I didn't like that. That's the one thing about the show I didn't like, because they got the girls right. I mean, for the most part, from what I understand, they got the girls very, very well. Okay, they wrote them very well. Very, very three-dimensional. Okay, but the guys were very two-dimensional or one-dimensional, and they were just jokes, and I didn't like that. So I used to speak out about it, okay? And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings, okay? This is just my opinions. I could be wrong on some things. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong. I admit that I could be wrong on some things, that I say here, But I'm just telling you what a straight guy thinks about watching these episodes, okay? I've dated straight women, okay? I've dated lots of women before, so I kind of know what I'm talking about too, all right? So I'm trying to compare with the reality with this TV show, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do here. And hopefully you'll enjoy it, okay? So to start off with, the episode we're going to talk about today is from season 2. It's episode 11. It's called Evolution. That's the name of the episode. Evolution, season 2, episode 11 of Sex and the City. Okay, so it starts off with Miranda's at the gynecologist, and they're checking out her stuff, And she asked her if she wants some more orthanopin, okay, which I didn't know what it was, but I guessed what it was, and I was right. That's the pill, okay, and Miranda says no, she doesn't want to take the pill anymore because she's kind of embarrassed to admit this to her gynecologist. I don't know why, but she says her boyfriend broke up with her, Steve. Broke up with her, so she's not having sex anymore. So she was on the pill for him, so she wouldn't get pregnant. And now she doesn't need it anymore, so she's gonna stay off of it, okay? Because they broke up. All right, and I already talked about that episode because she makes too much money than he does, and but the gynecologist tells her that she has a lazy ovary. Her right ovary is lazy, which means it's not producing eggs. Okay, so or as much as it should. So now Miranda's all worried, like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to have kids anymore. That's it. So she's just blowing it out of proportion, and it's nagging her throughout the entire episode. So what does she do when any of the girls in the show are stressed out about something? What do? They talk to each other about it. Okay, so of course they're having lunch again or dinner, whatever the fuck they're doing. They're always having something. They're always eating together, the 4 of them. And Miranda says that my ovary gave up on having a baby. And Charlotte's like, well, I have a tilted uterus, Hey, you know what? I'm learning, this is a lot more information than I need, okay? I understand this is important for you women, okay, but I'm a guy and I don't have any of these plumbing issues that you all have, okay? I understand. these ladies just throwing out words like fallopian tubes and labias and shit. And I'm like, oh my God, man. I don't need to learn this stuff. Well, I mean, obviously I do need to know this stuff, but I don't need to know it like textbook wise. I don't need to know it, okay? They're just talking about their ovaries and their uteruses and their fallopian tubes. And they're like, what the fuck, man? I'm a guy. I know you ladies understand it, but I kind of feel like I'm left out of this conversation, and for good reason, you know. But, you know, when I tilted uterus, I didn't even know that was a thing, a tilted uterus. But apparently it is. It is a thing, you know. Anyway, so Carrie starts talking about how they changed the subject. Carrie starts talking about how she's worried about Big, about leaving her stuff at his place because she spends a lot of time at his place. Okay, so Miranda's like, well, you have to stake your territory. Whenever you're at a guy's house, you got to like carve out a section of his place for you, for you to put your stuff. You know, like a drawer or something, or a cabinet. You know, or a box or something to keep your stuff in, your personal stuff in. Well, she hasn't had that conversation with Big, but she's having it with her girlfriends, right? Because I guess that's who she should have it with, not her fucking boyfriend, right? But so she's talking about it, and to them, that's what they're telling her. She needs to stake out her territory, you know. And Carrie says, like, well, right now my best policy is to walk softly and carry a big purse, okay? Hey, you know what? Most of us guys, we don't really spend any time thinking about that stuff. But on the off chance that we do think about that stuff, okay, we automatically know just because you don't have like shower soap here and makeup here and stuff. Okay, we know damn well that you've got it somewhere. You've probably got it in your bag. Okay, so you know, we know that, you know, your tampons, you know, and your spare underwear or whatever, all that shit, your lipstick, all that shit's in your purse or in your bag. Okay, so we know that you're bringing it with you whenever you come over to our place. Okay, so we know that, you know, that you have it, that you're getting it from somewhere. And other than that, we don't spend any time thinking about where you get it from or where you're hiding it. You know, we know that you've got it. Okay. So Charlotte's like, yes, but Charlotte says like, yes, you should not leave any of your stuff there. You should be mysterious. You know, like, well, there's nothing mysterious about it. You know, you've got your tampon somewhere, okay? I know that. Every guy knows that. Okay, just because we don't have any doesn't mean that we don't think you don't have any. You know, so, you know, it's there. Samantha, what do you call it? Carrie's going through her big purse, and then she accidentally pulls out a thong, you know, and Miranda's like, I don't think they allow this here. She's like, oh, you know, like she's got to carry her underwear in her bag because, like I said, she doesn't have any places to put her stuff. And Samantha's like, you know, I had that problem with underwear. I used to always leave it at guys' places, and after I fucked them, I never went back there. So they're like, so how much underwear did you lose? If you kept losing your underwear at guys' places, like how much? And she's like, well, that's why I don't wear underwear anymore. I'm like, oh God, really? You don't wear underwear? That'd be pretty nasty. That would be nasty. Those clothes must be nasty clothes, Samantha. Nasty as hell, especially with you. You know, oh God, woo. I get gross. To each his own. So Samantha admits that she doesn't wear underwear because she's always leaving it there. Okay, good for her. Okay. And then Miranda tells a story about it. She went in Steve's bathroom. She's only been in this place once. But she went into Steve's bathroom and she found a scrunchie on the floor. You know, an old scrunchie from an ex-girlfriend of his. And she didn't know what was worse, that he dated a girl with scrunchies or that he actually had an ex-girlfriend that she's jealous of now. I don't fucking know. Girls, do you really do this stuff? Do you really go through guys? I mean, does this really bother you? You know, like I know, like I've been at girls' places, you know, and if I find like guys' clothing there, you know, that's actually never happened to me before. But anyway, but you know, obviously, adults, we've had other sexual partners, so I don't think it would be a big deal. You know, I'm sure I've got something laying around here from an ex of mine somewhere, and if a girl I dated happened to find it, you know, well, she finds it, you know. She knows I wasn't a virgin. Hell, I got a kid. She doesn't know I'm not a virgin. But anyway, so Carrie admits that half of her CD collection are left over from guys that she dated. And why would you bring your CDs to it? Even when CDs were a thing, I never brought my CDs to a girl's place, okay? I left them in my car. I left them at home. I didn't bring them anywhere. That's stupid. Oh, well, you know, someone's got to write this shit, you know. I guess they think that's what straight guys do. We leave CDs at girls' apartments. Okay. By accident. Okay, so Miranda says, like, you know what? I don't understand it. You know, like we should get like a souvenir, you know, for dating somebody. Like those New York T-shirts, I went to New York, all I got was this crazy T-shirt. Well, I dated a bartender, all I got was a lazy ovary. And everyone's just like, that's not funny. And Miranda and her stupid jokes. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about that. About having a lazy ovary, it's not funny about it. Okay, so obviously she's still upset about, Steve. She won't shut up about it. Like I said, she'll talk to her gynecologist about Steve. She won't shut up about fucking Steve. Steve broke her heart, blah, blah, blah. Just goddamn, just come on. I understand you're grieving for your relationship, but, the whole world doesn't fucking need to know about it, all right? Tell your girlfriends about it, or tell one of them. Probably Carrie. That's the closest one Miranda's with, Carrie. I don't think she's that close to Charlotte or Samantha. I think the three girls are closest to Carrie. Maybe Samantha and Carrie have a good relationship, at least on the show, not in real life, but at least on the show. Maybe they have a pretty close relationship. But I don't think that, I would not see like Samantha hanging out with Charlotte, just the two of them, or Miranda hanging out with Samantha, just the two of them. I would never see that. Like, I'll see Samantha hanging out with Carrie, or Miranda hanging out with Carrie, or even Charlotte hanging. We've seen all that, but we've never seen the other three girls hanging out with each other. You notice that? Like, I've never seen Samantha just hanging out with Charlotte. I've seen the three of them together, when they're talking about Carrie or something, or waiting for Carrie for something, but I've never seen Miranda and Samantha just together, just hanging out together, Never seen that. Kind of weird, huh? I just noticed that. Okay, so whatever, blah, blah. Starts leaving stuff at Big's place. So Carrie decides that what she's going to do is she's going to start leaving stuff at Big's place. So she does. She starts off with her hairdryer. She leaves her hairdryer inside his medicine cabinet. And then she slowly starts leaving other stuff in his place. And there's one scene where she's brushing her teeth and he opens up his medicine cabinet and he's looking at stuff there. And you see her in the back right there. Like, she's just like watching him to see if he notices her stuff. He moves her stuff or tells her to get rid of her stuff. And he doesn't. He just grabs what he's looking for and closes it. So she thinks she's winning here. But the fact that she feels she's got to sneak it in there, I don't understand what the big drama is about this. Just tell your boyfriend, hey, listen, can I leave some stuff here? Since I'm spending so much time here, can I leave some toiletries here? My hair dryer, some lipstick, maybe some tampons or something, Can you get a place for where I can put all this stuff in your place since I'm spending so much time here? That's what I would do if I was her. But like, what do I know? I guess you can't make an episode out of a simple solution like that. There's got to be drama in there. Okay, so meanwhile, Charlotte's dating some guy named Stefan. I guess he's a pastry chef somewhere, and they're like not really on a date. They're hanging out together, but Charlotte doesn't see it as a date. Maybe he does, but they're walking out. Apparently, he had 2 tickets to go see a show, and his date or whatever which was a guy, canceled. So he asked Charlotte, so Charlotte decided to go. So they decided to go, right? So they're walking down the street. I guess when the event they're at was over, and he is just acting like a gay guy. Okay, we all know what gay guys act like. Okay, they're flamboyant. He's like moving his shoulders, the way the gay guys do when they walk. He's tilting his neck, his head, the way gay guys do. And I'm not trying to make it fun. Hey, I got someone. I'm not gonna say who it is, but there's someone in my family, very close to me in my family, who's gay. All right, and he acts that way. Okay. He's been that way since we were little kids. Okay, so like it's just obvious. All right, he's got the high voice. He's dropping he's name dropping like shit that mostly gay guys or girls know. So he's acting gay. And so Charlotte thinks she's just out with a gay guy. And then he tells her about how he liked having a good time with her, and then he gets her a cab. And he kisses her on the lips, and not like in a gay way. I mean, he kisses her like a man kisses a woman. And now Charlotte's all freaked out, like, oh my God. Like he's straight? Anyway, so she gets in the cab and goes away, right? And then she tells her girlfriends about it. That's what all the girls do on this show. They tell all 4 of their girlfriends about it at the same time. Okay, so they're at a bar, and she's like, is he gay? Is he straight? He says, well, maybe he's a gay straight man. Maybe he's a gay straight man. What's a gay straight man? That's someone who's been overexposed to fashion, musical theater, and antique furniture. Well, yeah, probably. I've done musical theater before. It's mostly gay guys, okay? It is. I was like one of the few straight guys in there, okay? Like they thought I was the gay guy in that area, okay? I was the abnormal one there, okay? Oh my God. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about that now, but anyway, yeah, so I was the odd man out, okay? In musical theater. Like, if you're straight, straight is like the gay over there, okay? Okay, so she says, like, well, he could be a gay straight man, Well, that would make he's gay. That makes no sense. Overexposure to yeah, whatever, the gay straight man. So basically, a straight guy who acts gay. Okay, or he could be a straight gay man. And I think Samantha says, "Well, that's just a guy who plays sports but won't fuck you." A straight gay man, a straight gay. Well, I don't know. I don't know. He's just like I don't think I've ever met one. If I met them, I didn't know. What can I say? I mean, if I'm over here with my guy friends, we're watching, Mark Wahlberg and Sylvester Stallone movies. How the fuck am I supposed to know if one of them's gay? Unless they act gay. There's no way I could know that. So, who knows? So maybe he's a straight gay guy, which means he acts straight but he's really gay, or it could be a straight gay man who's in denial, which means he's gay. Okay, so who knows? I'm going crazy with this shit. Oh my god, dude, either you're gay, you're straight. Who gives a fuck? All right. My own experience is especially now, I mean, people aren't really hiding in the closet anymore. If they're gay, they're open and proud. Society's not against you anymore. This ain't the 1950s. Okay, this isn't fucking Stonewall or anything. All that shit's over with. Okay, there's no Anita Bryant's anymore in politics. Okay, if you're gay, you're fucking gay. Nobody gives you shit about it. The media, I mean, the gay bashing. I'm sure it still happens a little bit, but not nearly like it used to. And all that's all fucking done. I mean, you can't even like if you're gay now, you're guaranteed a job. You're guaranteed media exposure. You're privileged. You've got all these rights now that the straight people don't have. You've got parades in your honor. Where's the straight pride parade? Yeah, exactly. There isn't one. So it's like pretty much society is pretty much accepting of gay people. They're not hiding. They have no reason to hide anymore. No one's gonna judge them if they're gay anymore. It's just like they can get married now. So what the fuck? It's no big deal. Okay, so there's that. Carrie's like, well, hey, is anybody gonna notice my little purse? I guess she bought a little purse this time. Since she's leaving her shit at Big's place, she doesn't need to carry that big bag with her anymore. I don't know. Is it a cute purse? I don't know. I don't fucking give a shit. I'm a guy. She has a little purse. Big fucking deal. I don't remember what it looks like, and I don't care. And I'm not going to go back and watch the episode to find out what it looks like, okay? I don't fucking give a shit. I'm a straight guy, okay? She's got a fucking purse. That's all I need to know. Moving right along. They have to build a whole fucking 5-minute scene on this. I don't give a shit. I know I'm not the target audience, so I'm sorry. Maybe you out there know what kind of purse that is, okay? Or where you can get it. I don't. It's just little things like this keep reminding, like the whole fallopian tube ovary conversation they had earlier. Kind of shit like this kind of like leaves me out of it. Like, what can I comment on this? I can't comment on this. What's there to say? Nothing. I'm not a gynecologist. Or maybe I'm the underground kind. But anyway, sorry. Okay, moving right along. Someone sends Samantha a Cosmo and, a drink from the gentleman at the end of the bar. So Samantha looks over and it's this guy named Dominic. I guess this is her ex-boyfriend. She was in love with him and he broke her heart. He's a very, very important part of her life. He's so fucking important, in fact, that we've never heard about him before and we will never see him or hear about him again. That's how important he is. Okay, but apparently this is Samantha's ex-boyfriend. She was in love with him and he dumped her for another girl. I have a hard time believing this. I have a hard time believing that Samantha would have a boyfriend or be in love. And maybe when she was really, really young, like a teenager. But I think once she started like riding the cock carousel the way she has, I really don't think relationships is something that she can do. She openly admits it to her girlfriends. She doesn't handle relationships. She doesn't fall in love. So how can she be in love, have been in love in the past with somebody? And this guy named Dominic, I guess he's a well-to-do guy. He looks wealthy. He looks classy. He's dressed very expensive, wear. So maybe she dated him, but I don't see how she would be in love with anybody. I mean, anybody at all, be in love with them. Okay, I think she's more in love with herself. I think that's her personality type. She's very narcissist. Okay, yes, women are narcissists too. Okay, she's very much in love with herself and her frame of being. I don't think that she was capable of sharing. I don't think she's capable of pair bonding with somebody else. So I don't see how she could be in love with this guy. My best idea about Samantha is if she ever was like in a relationship, it would not be monogamous. It would be like an open relationship, okay? And for those of you who don't know, okay, open relationships are 90% of the time instigated by women. not guys, women. Okay, women are the ones who instigate the open relationship, not the guys. Okay, yeah, did you know that? Yes, some of you knew that. Okay, yes. Okay, so basically, if she was in a relationship with anybody, it would be an open relationship. Okay, her decision, not his. Okay, her decision for it to be an open relationship, because she would have to have sex with other guys, because she wouldn't be able necessarily to pair bond with anybody. You know, I think her pair bond is with her girlfriends, not so much with a guy. Okay, I don't think she would ever like be able to be vulnerable to a guy. Okay, or let a guy have power over her, even if it's just her feelings. You know, she's not that kind of a person. You know, who would allow that. So for me to find out that she had a boyfriend that she was in love with or something, you know, it's kind of hard for me to believe. But they're saying this is what happened, so whatever. Apparently he broke her heart, so she's still not over it. She decides that she's going to start seeing him again to get revenge for him breaking her heart, which to me is very petty. I mean, I understand the pull. You know, you want to hurt somebody who hurt you. You know, it's you know, you can call it poetic justice or call it just justice. Okay, so I understand that. I've been tempted to do that as well, to get back at somebody who hurt me. You know, but that's when you think about it as an adult, it's very petty. It's very, very petty. Okay, and people that do that you know, a tit for tat. You know, people that do that, they carry it to other aspects of their life. It's not just relationships. Okay, it could be work, it could be friendships. You know, it could be kids, it could be whatever. You know, you do this to me, so I'm gonna do it to you. You know, it doesn't have to be sexual. You know, but it's very petty and it's very immature behavior. You know, like, oh, you hit me, so I'm gonna hit you too. You know, yeah, it doesn't work. I know it's great in the movies to spend someone get hurt in a movie and spend 2 hours watching them slowly get revenge on that person at the end. Yeah, but that's a fucking movie. That's not real life. In real life, it's very petty, very shallow, very immature, and very unattractive. Okay, so but that's what Samantha wants to do. She wants to date him again to get revenge on him, to break his heart this time. Okay, so that's going on. But Samantha has sex with him. Okay, and then when he goes to the bathroom, she calls Carrie. Says like, "Hey, I'm better at sex than he is now. Ha ha ha! I've got him wrapped in my finger. Then I'm gonna break his heart too. You know, I've evolved past him. Whatever. She hasn't. Okay, so anyway, Big stops over at Carrie's place. Got a bag from Barney's, and he gives it to her. And Carrie's like, "Oh, what's this?" He's like, "Oh, this is the stuff you left at my apartment." Oh, you gotta hand it to Big. You gotta hand it to Big. The fact that nobody had a conversation about that stuff, like Carrie didn't say, "Hey, can I leave some stuff here?" You know, and Big never said, "What's this stuff doing here?" Nope, just it went straight to here. Here's your shit back. So Carrie explains to him that she left it there on purpose, because you know, I actually don't wake up looking like this. He knows what you fucking look like. Okay, he's seen you naked. Okay. He's seen you fucking naked. You know what I mean? She even admits earlier in the episode that she takes a shit. She takes a shit in Big's bathroom now. Like a page is turned. Like she is like the romance is over now. She actually shits in his fucking bathroom. You know? Which is apparently is something that girls never do unless they're serious. That's how you know you're in a serious relationship, when you take a shit in his toilet. What happens if you have diarrhea? Are you accidentally in a serious relationship now? Because you had to take a shit? I don't know. I mean, she already farted in front of him, so why wouldn't she shit in his fucking toilet, you know? And Samantha says, "Oh yeah, that's why I only date rich guys, because they have the best toilets. They can take a shit in." Okay, well, I'm glad. Well, obviously everyone's got to take a shit, right? We don't get to see that. Not on this show. On the sequel, we will. You know, and just like that, we'll see lots of people taking shits, pissing, vomiting, menstruation, all that stuff, but not on this show, okay? But she admits that, okay, so it's official. Her and Big are official because she's taking a shit now, you know? So she dropped the deuce, okay? She did number 2, okay? She left something at his place, if you know what I mean. Who cares? Like, do I really need to think about this? But anyway, apparently they think about it. They wrote it in the episode, so I got to mention it here, okay? So anyway, so she talks to Big, and I don't wake up looking like this, you know? I actually have to do work to look like this, you know, so you know, it helps me if I have stuff at your place, so I can just do it there instead of always having to go back to my place, you know, just basically kindergarten talking to him, you know, patronizing him. Okay, was this Big says he left some place. She feels kicked out of the relationship, you know. She feels like she's been kicked out of the relationship express lane. like at a supermarket. She's kicked out of the relationship express lane. He's like a big. She compares big to Teflon for women. Hey, yeah, maybe. Honestly, what I honestly think, as from a straight guy's point of view, I think that Big probably sleeping with other women because he can, number one, and he's already got a serious relationship with Carrie where he can, talk about his feelings with, if he has any, or talk about his jokes or whatever, the little things that couples talk about. He's already got someone for that. Okay. So now it's just the sex. Okay. And he has sex with her a lot, but I think that a guy like Big would probably want some variety because he can. The fact that he can get younger, better looking women usually means that he will. Okay. Usually, so a guy like him, yes. More than likely, yes. So he was probably sleeping with other girls. Not in a relationship with other girls, but he's probably sleeping with other girls. That's what I would think, but they're not going to write that in there. Because Carrie, it's Carrie's show. We can't have the main leading man be cheating on Carrie because Carrie's the queen of this show. Yeah, and I said it like that too. Yeah, Michael Patrick King. Okay, so she's Teflon for women. Carrie's like, I left my stuff there on purpose. She's like, you can leave stuff here at my place too. He's like, I don't want to leave stuff here. Well, maybe you want to shave them. He's like, I shave at the gym, which is true. A lot of us, we get up early, we go to the gym early, and we do all our stuff there. I don't, but I used to when I was, before I had a child and stuff, and now I wake up and I got to take my kid to school. But so he says that, so to have an hour. She's like, what? She's like, she's asking, what do you want? He's like, why don't we just save us an hour of talking, okay, and just tell me what you want. Okay, instead of asking me what I want, just tell me what you want. Basically, what do you want me to want? Okay? Let's just cut to the chase and get to it, okay? She's like, she's like, well, what is this? What do we have? It's like, it's simple. He goes, I have my place and you have your place. And we see each other when we want to. And when we don't want to see each other, we do our own thing. That's what we have. That's what we are. That's how I like it. And it makes sense. It's very simple, but it makes sense. We're together when we want to be, and we're away from each other when we want to be. She's like, so we're like Woody and Mia, and she's referencing Woody Allen and Mia Farrow, who were a boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. Wow. Before the whole scandal, and he says before Sun Yi, who was their daughter. That's a whole other video I could do on that. But Mia Farrow and Woody Allen were together, and they adopted an Asian girl, and eventually Woody Allen married her. Yeah, he married his girlfriend's adoptive daughter. So there's stuff was going on before that wedding, okay? But Mia Farrow, she's one to talk though. She was fucking Frank Sinatra the whole time. She'd been cheating on Woody Allen with Frank Sinatra the whole time they were together. So it's not like Mia was like faithful either. But the fact that he took her daughter, now it wasn't biological, but her adopted daughter, that is fucked up, man. So it's just Hollywood, it's just New York fucking rich socialites, they do shit like this all the time. It's sad, it's disgusting. I've read many books on the fucking disgusting things that celebrities do that they didn't know about at the time, but now it's come to light, and the whole Woody Allen Mia Farrow thing is just so bad. I know he represents New York. He's the Jewish New York guy, from like most of the 70s, all his comedies were all Jewish, New York, rich New York Jewish people, rom-coms. That's what he's known for, when he's like, and he spun off other stuff like Goodbye Girl and stuff, which wasn't Woody Allen, but just the first thing that comes to mind, So just stuff like that, that was Woody Allen's thing, and he's a gross piece of crap, and Mia Farrow's not much better, honestly. I think she's a piece of crap too. Terrible wife, terrible mother. She keeps adopting these kids that she can't take care of. But anyway, this ain't about her. This ain't about them. I just mentioned it because she mentioned it. Okay. So apparently what Big and Carrie have is called a separate togetherness, which sounds kind of cool. Okay. Okay, and what do you call it? Carrie says something not related to this about, I guess, the gay guys. Like the gay in New York is so out that they're in. Well, yeah. Welcome to 2022. There's no animosity towards gay people anymore. It's gone. It's gone. The only animosity you see towards gay people is invented for TV shows and movies to make it look like the whole country's against gay people. They're not. Nobody gives a shit who you sleep with. Or they're not supposed to, but apparently, some people they want that. I don't know. It's stupid. Anyway, so she's basically saying that the thesis of this episode is, are New Yorkers evolving past relationships? And thank God there's no POV. All right. So Samantha says that relationships have been on the decline ever since women crawled out of the cave and said, this ain't so hard. Okay, I think there's a little bit more involved to being a guy than just crawling out of the fucking cave and saying, and this don't look so hard. That's not how fucking society works. It's not how civilization works, okay? Men got to do a little bit more than just that, okay? You want to know about men's contribution, you feminists out there? Okay, look what's going on in Ukraine right now. All the women and children left. All the guys are forced to stay and fight. And the weird thing about it is most of the guys, they're volunteering to do it. Yeah. They're like, no, I'm going to stay and defend my country. Yeah. And where's all the feminists now, huh? Yeah, exactly. So don't give me this shit about how men have it all easy and women can do it too. Okay, there's a lot of things women can do that men can do. There's things that men can do that women can't do. There's things that women can do that men can't do. Okay, so it's in the big picture schemes, it's all equal. Okay, don't give me this shit like, I can be a guy too. It's easy. It ain't so hard. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, I hate that little shit. Where they dig at guys. I hate that. Okay, so telling sick women came out of the cave. Blah blah. Carrie's like, I don't know if you're our future or our demise. I'd say if this goes on, it's the demise, but it's not going to go on. It won't go on. It can't. History always corrects itself. Go figure. Samantha decides she's going out with Dominic again to get revenge. Like I said, she goes out with him on a date. And he tells her, you're so beautiful, Samantha. God, you're so beautiful. Remember how beautiful you are. You're so beautiful. Oh, my God, let me get your beautiful dress on and your beautiful hair. Did I tell you that you're beautiful? It's just bullshit. Like, come on. Anyway, he tells her, me and Onka, we divorced. And, God, she took me to the cleaners in divorce court. Oh, my God, and you're even more beautiful than she is. All that kind of bullshit. And Samantha's just eating it up, Charlotte and Stefan, they decide to cook at his place, and she calls his kitchen her fantasy kitchen. I guess his linens are from Berghoff's, wherever the fuck that is, and her dress is a Cynthia Riley. I don't fucking know. I'm only mentioning this because they said in the episode, I don't know who the fuck Cynthia Riley is. I don't know what the fuck a Cynthia Riley dress is, okay? But apparently they name dropped it, so I'm name dropping it. Oh well. Okay, Samantha and Dominic, they end up having hot and horny sex. She calls Carrie and says, I'm better than him now at sex. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Carrie calls Samantha. Samantha has the ego of a man trapped in the body of a woman. Bull fucking shit flag right there, okay? Samantha does not have the ego of a man trapped in the body of a woman, okay? Some men have an ego about sexual conquest. Most men don't, okay? Most men don't. So I quit fucking saying it that Samantha is basically a man trapped in a woman's body. She is not, okay? Not all men are like that. It's a bullshit fucking stereotype, okay? There's people that on both sexes that enjoy lots of sex, okay? There's guys out there who get an ego boost from sex. There's women out there that get an ego boost from sex, okay? So if a woman is out there fucking around a bunch of guys, which Samantha's doing, does that mean that when a guy fucks a bunch of girls, he's basically Samantha trapped in the body of a man? Huh? Is that what it means? Fuck no. So why make the comparison? It's bullshit. It's a bullshit comparison. I fucking hate it. No, Samantha's not. She's just a horny fucking woman. Just like there's horny fucking men. Just because a guy's horny doesn't mean he's really a woman trapped in a man's body. And just because a woman's horny doesn't mean that she's really a man trapped in a woman's body. That's bullshit. Moving right along. Charlotte brings Carrie and Stanford over to the restaurant that Stefan works at to test to see if he's gay. He acts gay, but Stanford says he's not gay because he's all into you, Charlotte. He really likes you, whatever. And he says cannolis, cream pies, and tarts, oh my, and Stefan looks at him like, are you gay? So yeah, he's straight, okay? So that happens there. Well, Stanford says something funny. He says all the good ones are straight, even the gay ones. Poor Stanford. Okay, moving right along. So Miranda is out on a date with some guy with a hair transplant guy. He's got the hair plugs on, and Miranda can't stop looking at it. And she's stressed out about her lazy ovaries, so she talks to him about it. And her lazy ovary, and she talks about how she's gonna get her eggs frozen, a fertility savings account. Anyway, this guy, his name is Joseph with the hair plugs. He says he gets all judgmental, and he's like, do we want desperate women? Do we want desperate women to be having babies after 50? So he gets all judgmental, which pisses off Miranda big time. He's like, it's this ridiculous abuse of science. He's like, what do we got? We got designer sperm now. We've got simulated wombs. She's like, why don't we just get rid of men altogether? And Miranda says, I don't need to be lectured to by some man who's doing crop rotation on his forehead. Which is pretty good. It was funny. I thought it was funny. Okay, so Stefan invites Charlotte back to his place. They're listening to Cher, because of course they are, because he's not gay, right? So he's listening to Cher, and he talks about how she's a great survivor, whatever. They end up, she asks him, she's like, are you gay? Finally! She's going, are you gay? And he's like, just because I live in Chelsea doesn't mean I'm gay. I'm a pastry chef in Chelsea. If I want to be gay, I would just be gay. I'm not gay. And they end up having sex. You know what? That's actually a good trick. When you're with a girl, for guys out there, when you're with a girl, act like you're gay. It turns them on. It does. And if you believe that, I got a bridge I want to fucking sell you, okay? All right. But apparently it works on this show. Okay. So, anyway, and Charlotte has 2 orgasms. Okay. So, the next day, they're in the kitchen there, and they hear a mouse. There's a mouse caught in the trap. And Stefan actually freaks out, starts jumping around like a girl. Oh my God, get rid of it. And Charlotte realizes that. And Charlotte's a girly girl, okay? She's got a lot of estrogen. Okay, this guy's got more estrogen than she does. So she's just looking at him like, oh my God, I can't date this guy. He's more of a girl than I am. And he is. He is. And unfortunately, those guys exist today. They're called hipster SJWs. Yes, male feminists. Moving right along, Samantha's still in love with Dominic. Apparently, the guy that fucked her over, she has sex with him, and he tells her while they're laying in bed naked, he tells her, hey, listen, me and Unkar are going to get back together. And she's like, but she's like, it's mostly financial, but we're going to give it another shot. So, he tells her this while they're in bed together. Bull fucking shit number 2. That would never happen. No guy would ever do that. Not when he's in bed together. And then Samantha realizes that she's still in love with him and that he's fucking her over again for the 2nd time. Now her pride is fucking, no, you can't do this to me. I was the one who's supposed to dump you. I was supposed to hurt you this time. Anyway, so he's like, okay, I'm leaving. She gets out of there. And then she realizes that, what? The reason she couldn't dump him the way he dumped her is because she kind of has feelings. She has a heart, which I don't really think she does. Not for relationships, not for guys, relationship-wise. But, just the fact that she hurt him, that it hurts her to hurt somebody else. So that's why she didn't do it. And that makes her a better person than him. Whatever, message. Okay. So Carrie leaves Big's bed to dry her hair. And Big tells her, hey, bring that gorgeous ass back over here. And, and Sarah Jessica Parker, she's got a nice ass. Okay, she finds a picture of them in the bathroom. So she realizes that even though her stuff isn't there, she's there. Because there's a picture of him and her together in the bathroom that he had hidden in the closet. So she's there even when she's not there. So that's a good message. And she realized her anxiety's gone. She realizes that Big does think about her when she's not around. All right, so that's been this episode. Thank you for watching this review, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.